Jack of all trades. Hey, I'm your host, Lamar L.A. Smith, and welcome to another episode of the Jack of All Trades podcast. Today, I'm with my friends, Wande and Chiedu Afam. Chiedu just graduated early from UK, and Wande will be graduating this semester from University of Kentucky. I've known them both, since they were freshmen, and I don't know too many pairs of friends that are closer. They went to the same high school. They're both going to the same college. They've been roommates the last couple of years. They're both Nigerian. I gotta ask y'all: are y'all secretly brothers?
Closest thing. We the closest thing, bro.
Yeah, we're close. You know what I'm saying? Pretty close.
Yeah.
All right. So enough with that. Now let's get into the main topic. We're going to talk about dating in college. We've all experienced different levels of dating, whether you want to call it relationships, situationships, entanglements, the whole nine.
Entanglements.
So my first question is pretty simple. How would you guys describe dating, like your dating life in college?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first. If I had to describe my dating life, I would say that's tough. In one word or just
however you want to describe it. You don't got to describe it in one word.
I'd say when it rains, it pours. That's how I describe it. You feel me? There's some hot spells in there, you feel me? But once you bag that first one, it's like you got the juice or something. You know what I'm saying? And then you be dating like 3 girls, talking to like 4 or 5 girls at once, and then you might go on a dry spell for a couple months. Then it comes back, you know what I'm saying? Part of that is probably living in Lexington. You know what I'm saying? It's a college city. So over the breaks, everyone goes home. There's not a lot of people in the city. So, you know, so if you're talking to a girl, she might go 300 miles away. You can't see her no more just because summer break. So yeah, I'd say when it rains, it pours. That's how I describe it.
All right. I feel that. I can definitely, empathize with that. What about you, Wande?
Well, I'd say it's not bad. It's not a bad experience. Like if we're talking about like an actual relationship, like obviously y'all know I had a girlfriend grow up. But no, it's good. Like it just depends on who you date, I guess, like the person, like, that's kind of what we experienced. So like for me, it was good. Like it was good until like, some of the rough patches and like in there. So, but no, it's good. Like now that I'm single, I'm not really dating anybody, but I'm just chilling. I'm just doing like, exploring the single life. So it's just been
yes, sir.
It's been experience, but because like you said, like the worst part of it's like winter breaks or like fall break or whatever. Like if like for instance, if the person you're like in a situationship or like supposed relationship with, like like lives far away, like then you got like you said in that short period of time, like especially winter break is like super long right now because of COVID. So like right now, some people are lucky that the people they're like in the situationship or like a thing with, they're like an hour away, like Louisville. And there's people like travel to like Florida. Then it's like Jesus, like I'm not gonna see that person for like till like January 20 something till school starts. So like it just depends on the circumstance. But like an actual relationship, it was good. Like what it is. I'm single now, so yeah.
Real quick before I get into my next question, I always wondered this. Like, was it weird, or how long did it take to make that switch? Because like you are a rare situation, like you're 50-50. Like almost half the time you was in college, you was in a relationship, and then almost half the time you were single. And like I don't know too many people like that.
So it was a switch because like at first, like whenever I like at first, like, we stopped dating, and then I was just like, oh, like, like, okay, like, it was weird getting back into like that habit of, like, oh, I'm single, like, because like it's a different mindset. Like, you're not like, well, I have a girlfriend, I can't like hang out, I can't really talk to you past like the bars, or like, hey, what's up, like friends. Now you're like, oh, I'm single, I can do what I want. So like, it was a little, it's just the mindset, I guess. Like at first I was just like, I'm not gonna like mess with anybody, like I'm just chilling, like, and then I was just like, fuck it, like, I'm single, bro, like what am I supposed to do? Like just sit here, like, so yeah, I was just like, fuck it, and I just started doing my own thing, and like,
Makes sense.
like I found some people I was hanging out with, like got into some flings, and yeah, there, y'all know the whole spiel. So yeah, it was hard too, because like, we broke up, I was like, like, do I'm gonna get back with this person, like what am I gonna do, like what's the next step, like, and so yeah, it was a little struggle back and forth, but I'm here now, so it's good. I'm good.
Makes sense. Makes sense. All right. So y'all already talked about like distance when the winter breaks, summer breaks, etc. Would y'all say is that the hardest part of dating in college, or is something harder than that for both of you guys?
I wouldn't say that's the hardest part. I say it's definitely a big part, just because every time winter break or summer break's coming up, you already know if you're talking to a girl and you're not serious about her, you probably just gonna have to cut her off. Unless,
Yeah.
unless you just want to be snapping her every day for like 3 months straight or whatever it
That's
is.
true. That's true. That's true.
Not being able to see him, it's like, what am I doing that for? I ain't finna do all that. But I say the hardest part is just I don't want to offend nobody, but
Just be real. Just be real. Just be real. This is
the
a
hardest
safe
part
space.
in terms of like, if you're trying to be a serious dater, it's like, you know what I'm saying, like going for a relationship, not just out here just trying to smash every chick you see. If you actually trying to like, get in a relationship, it's just finding a girl that's even worth getting into a relationship with. Because
Yeah.
a lot of I'm gonna be honest, a lot of these girls, they out there just fucking. They just out there doing everything. They on Tinder, because I use Tinder a lot. I'm a big fan of Tinder, you know what I'm saying? Just because I'm lazy. I don't like to go out too much. So you already know, I be seeing these girls on Tinder, then they have a boyfriend, then a couple weeks later
Yes, I've seen that a lot.
I'll see them on Snapchat on a date with some dude. I'm like, damn, she doing all right. She dating like 3-4 dudes at once. I'm like, man, I can't cuff her, because if I go on a date, she gonna have 50 other dudes in her phone on her Snap talking to her every day. I'm like, I ain't trying to compete with all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say that's definitely the hardest part for me, at least. What about you, Wendy?
Uh, the hardest part, like, being in a relationship, it wasn't like hard. It was just like, like little like fights and shit like that, like, like regular couple shit. So, uh, uh, right now, what's like, I'm not in a relationship, so like, it's not really hard. Like, if I'm talking to you, I'm just like talk to you. And if I don't feel like talking to you, I'm just not gonna talk to you. Like, bro, like, like, I'm not gonna be wasting my time. But like, a lot of these girls, like, they trying to get chose. So like, you gotta let them know, like, they like, it's not gonna happen. So like, and I do let them know it's not gonna happen. And like, they get their hopes up, and then they get butthurt. But like, that's on them, because like, I don't told you from the get go, like, it
Oh,
ain't
from the
happening.
jump.
So like, if you get your hopes up and like get your feelings hurt, that's on you, because I don't told them already, like, straight up, like, I ain't dating, like, I don't got time for that. Especially like, if it's a hoe, like, she trying to get choked, like, no, it ain't happening. Like,
Not doing that. We not doing that.
I'm not out here like Captain Save a Hoe, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be out here like, oh, it was just a couple of dudes, like, she knows she's a good friend. No, I don't got I'm out here for myself
Oh,
and my enjoyment. So like, if you on some bullshit, then I'm gonna be on bullshit too. So I feel like, yeah, that's not really a hard part. It's just like, you gotta know what you're getting into. Like, you gotta know what kind of female you're talking to. Like, you gotta know, like, she's out here like, you know, fucking everybody, that you gotta know, like, you gotta cut as soon as possible. So you got the way. And like you see, so you gotta be realistic here. Like a lot of these girls, I wouldn't date none of most of these girls that I like hook up with or whatever. Like, because like I already know, like they ain't no wife, they ain't no wife material. So like from the jump, I already didn't know I'm not gonna date none of them. So it's not a hard thing to like get by. So yeah, a lot of these girls is not wifey material. So yeah, so that's not really hard for me at least. Like it is what it is. You know what I mean? I already been in a relationship. I know, like I kind of know. I already know what I want. So like,
Understandable.
I ain't gonna out here settle for that when I can get a better person. So you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Yeah.
Understandable. I mean, I feel like for me, I'm like closer to like Chidu's like area of like understanding like dating in college. For me, I was a late bloomer. I'm a late bloomer with everything. So I didn't really get like my juice until junior, senior year. But I think part of that also was because like I threw parties. I just was just doing me. Like I really didn't like trip off of anything. So like things will happen just because I made it happen just off of my personality. But I feel like the dynamic which y'all talking about with like girls, I feel like girls feel the same way about us in certain instances. Like for example, there's guys out here that I don't know how, but they be talking to like 10 different girls at the same time, and not only talking to them, but be going on dates with like 8 of them. I'm like, how do you have like Clarissa, Marissa,
Too
Sydney?
expensive.
Yeah.
Way too expensive.
I ain't even got time. How are you seeing 10 girls a week or whatever it is?
No way.
I got to do. I got classes. I got the gym to go to. I got
some guys be on that though. And then like
so
girls,
they gotta be worth it though. You see, if it's like for instance, if I'm talking like maybe like, let's say 6 girls, and then like maybe like 2 are like more than the other 4, then I'd be like, all right, like we can go get food, but like you gonna pay. She gonna be the one paying.
You terrible.
So like shit, like I mean, it just depends on the kind of people you're talking to. I feel like it can be like you go out of your way and be like, hey, like, you know, like this is somebody like I wouldn't mind spending some money on. Like, but if it's just some regular, like he just like, no, like, ain't going nowhere together. Like I ain't getting sing with you type person. Like, you know, like so it just all depends on the girl and who like the person you're like messing with, I feel like. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel that. So what do y'all think y'all learned about dating in college? Like what like one of the biggest things y'all learned?
I'll go first. The biggest thing I learned, it was definitely going from freshman year to sophomore year. Because freshman year, I didn't really know what I was doing. I was, new on campus. I was kind of a late bloomer, kind of like you, not as late as you, but like sophomore year came back, and I just realized the biggest thing is like you gotta put yourself out there. Like you're not going out. If you're sitting in your room playing video games all day, you're not gonna be dating nobody. You're not gonna see no girls because you just inside all day. You know what I mean? You gotta go, out, whether it's to parties, house parties. Just you go out to the bars. If you're 21, you have a fake ID, whatever it is, you guys got to put yourself out there and talk to people. Because if you just sitting in your room, not talking to anybody, you want to do your own thing, you're just not gonna meet anybody. So I'd say that's the biggest thing that I learned.
What was you, Wande?
I was trying to learn is like when you get in a relationship with somebody like you like and you're really young, you make a lot of mistakes and shit. So like that was one of the things I learned a lot. I made a lot of mistakes like along the way, I did a lot I was just very young and immature, and so like I made a lot of choices I would like not make like now, and I'm like I know a lot more than I knew back then, so like I wouldn't make the same mistakes or the same choices that I did, because back then I was just like I had a girlfriend, but I also wanted to like go out like a lot, and like I was like I want to go out and party with my guys and stuff, so like like now I'd be like, like if I had a girlfriend, I'd be like, I'll handle things a lot more differently than I did back then, So like that's kind of one of the main things I learned. Yeah, I was, like you're a freshman, you come straight out of high school, like in like freshman year, like you're trying to party, like you're trying to have the college experience and stuff, and like like I had a girlfriend, like I still like like I still like had my own like responsibilities to her, I guess, whatever.
Mm.
Like also I wanted to like have fun and shit, which I did, but like I just handled a lot of shit like stuff like immaturely and like in poor decisions and stuff. If there's one thing I've learned is that just that's basically it.
Understandable. I mean, for me, the biggest thing I learned, ironically, is something that I was told when I was a freshman. So I don't think I've ever told y'all this story. So when I was in K layer, right, it was me and my friend Mike Smith. He used to run track at UK. Me and Mike was sitting down, and Mike was telling me that in order to get girls, y'all may think it's funny, and I thought it was funny when he told me this. He was like, "You just gotta be yourself. Like, if they don't like you, they don't like you. They like you, they gonna like you." So me, like, just coming out of high school, me getting so caught up in movies and everything else, I'm like, man, I've been myself this whole time, and like,
I ain't got none
yeah,
yet.
outside of getting somebody number, I ain't got nothing.
That ain't working.
So we in K layer, and Devin Booker was sitting like at the middle table, whatever, close to like the soda machine. And at this point in time, like I knew him enough to be comfortable to say what's up because like one of the girls in my dorm had this group project with him, so we met him briefly, whatever. He like seemed like a cool dude. So I went up to Devin and I was like, "Hey, me and Mike talking about this," and I was like, "Is he like telling the truth?" Because I'm like, is he telling the truth? Because like he got the juice, so he would know. So he was like, "Yeah, just be yourself." With my like, yeah, that's simple as that. And he said it like straight face, like so serious. And then Mike was like, "See, I told you." And I was like, "Bruh, that's Devin Booker. Of course he gonna say that because that's Devin, right?"
Yeah.
So fast forward to my senior year, and I talked about this a little in the book, fictionalized wise. But I realized before I started my senior year that I had to just be me and be the best version of me, and like whoever was going to come or get attracted to me through that was just naturally going to come. So I think not focusing on that pressure, which is like I said, people have told me this multiple times, but until it clicks with you, like you said, until it clicked with you, like knowing that you just had to put yourself out there, do your own thing. Like for example, you were, I don't know how many pounds you gained, but you like went through a whole transformation your sophomore year. And like you
Nice.
motivated me, and I was in Arizona. I was like, dang, if Chiedu could get like that, I need to start working out. And then like now I've gained like 20 pounds since I started, you know, grad school. So like that type of mindset, that growth mindset, I think led to people being attracted to me because instead of just you guys seeing or people that know me see the type of person I am, like everybody got to see that because I just admitted that and I wasn't worried about attracting them. They just came. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel you on that.
Yeah. I think that's one of the big things too. A lot of people come to college and like you try to just fit in, so they're like they start hanging out with the crowd and following the crowd, which is like I mean that's cool to make friends and make new connections, but like you still have to be yourself. So that's one of the big things too. Like I've always known that. It's like I've never had like problems like talking to people and like being in that aspect. So I kind of always like knew like being yourself is one of the main things to do. And so like yeah, get into college. It's also a different thing when you get to college and like you know your friends from high school. You don't really know anybody. Like yeah, dorm mate, and that's about it. And people in your class. So like like trying to get into the habit of like meeting people, trying to know where to go to meet people and stuff like that could be a little challenging too, like when you first get to college, but you kind of figure it out after a while, I guess. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that for sure. All right. So, all right, before I get into this next question, I do want to tell this quick funny story. So I know y'all remember the song Single Again by Big Sean, right?
Yeah.
So when I worked at the ASU gym, I used to have this coworker that like whenever the song came on, because they used to play the same songs. I don't know what radio they was playing in that gym, but like the same songs would come on. So like I would go to her and be like, "All right, we cuffed. Now I broke up with you, so I'm single again." And I would make that joke every time the song came on. It was really corny, but it was funny because like the song was on, I was dancing, blah blah blah. It sounded funnier in my head than when I just said it out loud. But do you think it's better to be cuffed or single in college?
I'm gonna let Wande answer that first.
Because he's the expert.
Well, single.
Guy.
Well, like I said, like it depends on who you're dating and who the kind of relationship you have with the person. Like, so me and Emily, y'all know her. Like, it was like we knew, like we like, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't just like it wasn't all us like just like relationshipy. Like, you know, we were friends. Like, you know, we were like really good friends too. So like it was more like, you know, we got along with each other. So like shit was like it was fine. Like, you know, we were like I could handle it. Like there was nothing wrong with like dating in college for me. Like I could handle it. Like there was no pressure. There was like we were friends. We hung out with each other all the time. Like there was nothing wrong with it. So like I guess it just depends on who you're dating and like the kind of like attention they are like deserving from you, or like what kind of relationship you have with that person. Like, because for just some people, like they're dating somebody just to be in a relationship. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they're not really dating just because like they like who they are as a person, or like they're like in love with that person. They're just like, you know, they like the mentality of being in a relationship with somebody to be with. So
Or even what the person provides for them.
yeah, like so, like some people like date people just because, like, you know, like they get them free shit, like you know, you're gonna get a birthday present, you're gonna get like free meals, like blah 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 blah. Like it was like that was not the case with me and like my ex. Like we like, you know, we met each other in like an orientation in high school. Like it was just like we kind of like we connected. Like, you know, it's like when you click with somebody, like that's kind of what it was. Like it wasn't like I just looked something, like it wasn't one of those. Like it was like we were like friends, like we just clicked with each other and like we started dating each other, and like we fuck with each other. So like that was more of what it was. So I feel like that kind of a relationship is like it's better too, because like it was like with your studies and all that stuff, like, you know, like you have somebody like to talk to and like about a lot of different things, not just about being in a relationship and like, oh, like it's like you're not like it's like it wasn't a burden to me like dating her, you know what I'm saying? So like I feel like some people like that's kind of what it is, and like I don't know, like right now, like I'm not in a relationship, so like I'm still doing fine. Like I did fine when I was dating her too. Like so, like I guess just how you handle the relationship and like the kind of person you're dating. But I feel like the kind of person you're dating is like the most important thing, because like you're dating a psycho ass like girl, and then like you just like fucking you have meltdowns every day, and like you gotta fucking take care. Like then people like they get mental breakdowns and stuff, but like I'm saying like that.
Let me chill. Yeah.
That
Not
could be
give
an
you the
example of like having like a psycho. I guess like, oh my god, like I don't know how to do this and do that. Like, can you do it? Like, you know, like being like it would be like a burden to
over
you.
dramatic sometimes.
Yeah, but you have to focus on your studies and other stuff, and like you're out here taking care of somebody else's daughter because like she don't got no damn brain. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like that's kind of the like, you know, like being a burden to me, and like I'm sorry, I can't deal with that. But like in my situation, it wasn't like that. It was like, you know, more of a we get along, and like we were like we liked each other, and like that was what it was. So like I feel like this just depends on who you're dating, and like that's why I'm saying like you can't just like be dating, like everybody wants to get chose, but like it ain't really everybody that's gonna get chose, because you don't fuck with everybody the same way. So like,
yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at.
Before I go to you, Chiedu, on this question, I do want to say one thing that I agree, or I get where Wandy's coming from, is that on the outside looking in, obviously, because I don't be dating nobody. Like, I don't know what it is with me, but I just don't be dating nobody. But I thought it was always cool that she like was, you know, very trusting. Like I threw all these parties and you was at every one of them, and she wasn't always there. And like
Yeah.
trust to like just let you do your thing and wasn't like, always like a helicopter over you. Is that one thing that I thought from the outside looking in was like one of the greatest things about, y'all relationship when you were dating her, because especially in college and y'all was freshmen, not everyone has that mentality, or not everyone can create that level of trust in a relationship. And I think is something that in a very few instances, if you are able to find someone that you really click with in college, if you can replicate that or develop that, then yeah, you definitely have a chance to have a successful relationship.
Yeah, I agree with that.
For sure. All right, so my answer is completely different from his. In my opinion,
Of course.
my opinion, ain't no need to be in a relationship in college unless you just really, really like a girl. Do not get into a relationship. It's just you should be single and keep your freedom. You know what I'm saying? Be out here doing whatever you want. Because when you're in a relationship, I feel like a lot of dudes that get into a relationship, they don't actually care about the girl. They don't actually want to be. They just did it because it's an easy thing. Being single ain't easy. You know what I'm saying?
It's not.
You don't know. Oh man, you might go months before you even kiss a girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You might have a dry spell. But in a relationship, you're like, oh, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? So dudes will get into a relationship, girl they don't even like. You know what I'm saying? They just want to be in a relationship to say they're in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So in college, there's so many, especially if you go to a big school like UK.
So many girls, man. So many
girls. Why are you gonna, you know what I'm saying, cap yourself? You gonna cap yourself with just one girl? No. Stay single. You know what I'm saying? Go out, talk to as many girls you want, do whatever you want. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. Unless you just really find a girl you like, all right, this girl's got a good head on her shoulders. You know what I'm saying? She not out here dotting it up in the clubs, in the bars, whatever, at house parties, frat parties. If you find a girl you really like, you just think, okay, I'd actually want to date this girl. Then you can get in a relationship. But you should not just be like, oh man, I guess let me date this chick just cause she asked. You know what I'm saying? Because girls, they be wanting you to cuff them a couple of weeks in. I had a girl ask me like, I hung out with her 2 times. I told Wande this story, and this chick was talking about, I just want to let you know, like, I'm looking for a relationship. You just seem like you want something to hook up with. I'm like, I know you for a week. You dropping this on me. She's acting like, oh my God, I just want to let you know, like, I want something long term and all this. I was like, where do you see this going? I'm like, where do I see this going? You don't even know my life. This ain't going nowhere. You crazy. So yeah.
She might even not know your last name.
See, that's another thing I don't like. Like, I don't like when girls like I feel pressure whenever they're like,
yeah.
That's when I'm like, fuck this, I'm out. Like, because like multiple girls, like, you know, like I like messing around with, blah blah blah, and like they're like, I'm on a date, like I'm looking for a boyfriend. I'm like, bro, I don't even know. I'm not knowing.
Grinds my gears, man.
Like that freaks me out. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, cause I'm just like, all right, time to go. Like, she gonna be clean.
You gotta think, is she doing that with you? Is she asking?
Yeah.
She out here begging everybody for a relationship.
She begging every dude, which means something wrong with her, cause there ain't no reason begging dudes to be in a relationship. Exactly. She over here talking about, pick me, man. What are you?
Yeah, she a pick me girl, bro.
She got something wrong with her. There gotta be something. You should not be out here just asking dudes a weekend. This dude could be a serial killer. You know what I'm saying? He could wet the bed when he sleep, and you just met him. You don't
he could be a criminal.
Yeah, like
you don't
literally
know
like.
Yeah, no, I do think that people need to do a better due diligence. I think people are so longing for some type of companionship that they're just like, hey, I need to get with her. Oh, hey, I need to get with
now because of COVID.
Yeah, COVID made it worse. Amplified
all
it.
Like all these marriages and stuff. I'm like, what's going on, bro? Like everybody.
I mean, we're not gonna say names, but we all seen somebody get engaged in like a month.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we ain't say no names, but yeah.
Like
it's just crazy. Like I don't like my thing is like I gotta vibe with somebody to be like, all right, like I would like, you know, I would see like myself dating you. Like, I don't want you to tell me to date you.
Yeah.
I want myself to be like, oh, this is somebody like, I could see myself with, like, by my own, like, on, like, like self-realization type thing. Like, be like, oh yeah, like, like, this is a good person. Like, I wouldn't mind being with, like, blah blah blah. Not her just like showing up one day like, so what are we? What are we gonna do? Oh, it's like, oh no.
No taking it slow at all.
We ain't nothing but friends.
Yeah, like after she says that, you just now thinking like, damn, you don't have to fuck it all up. I ain't talking to your ass no more.
It's like, instead of, like, how you catch a flight and the flight takes a hot minute, like, instead of catching a flight to a relationship, they want to Uber to a relationship. Like, I haven't even determined if I really like you yet. Like, you don't, I think it's like trigger words too. Like, you saying relationship or commitment. I don't know if this sounds toxic or not, but it's just the truth. Like, you throwing those relationships, those terms out there, like a week in, 2 weeks in, even a month in, depending on the guy. It's like, on either end, whether you're a guy or a girl, you're possibly ruining a good thing because you just look at how you're looking at how everything is like set up in our social climate.
Literally,
it's just easier to just like
bank account. Like, if I can like deal with having a girlfriend, and I show here like your girlfriend. I'm like, no, ain't happening.
Relationships cost money too, so that it is a good point.
Hell yeah, they cost money. Like a motherfucker, birthdays, dinners, Christmas, bruh. You gonna find out some other shit you may even know of. Valentine's Day. You always spending some money, but like if it's like somebody you cared about, then it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in it. I mean, I'm in it for the long run, I guess, or whatever. But then if it's like some like random chick talking about, so what you gonna get me? Nah, shit.
Nothing.
You start talking.
I know you for a month. You ain't getting nothing.
You start talking on Thanksgiving and they asking for Christmas gifts.
Man.
Like, yeah, like on both fronts for girls and guys, like, people just need to pump the brakes. Like,
pump the brakes, yeah.
You only get to be in college for 4 years. If you had to do extra time because of your major or you failed a class or two, then let's say up to 6. But between those 4 to 6 years, even if you want to say that's grad school includes in that is like your only time to be single, for real. Like, be single and have that many options. Yeah. So why not, experiment however you want to experiment, date whoever you want to date, figure out, what things you like and dislike. That way, when you get to the point when you are at a job or you are in a city or situation where you have less options or you're in contact with less people on a regular basis, you have a better attention span or vision of what's that guy you want to marry, what's that woman you want to marry, whatever the situation is. So I do think people need to take a lot of patience in life with a lot of situations, but especially that patience with relationships.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
All right, next question. What is the craziest thing that's happened with a girl that you messed with before? Like, what's like the craziest thing? Like, whether she was tripping or like something went wrong or whatever, like, what was the situation?
Juan, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
Mine is really recent. This is
I got a couple.
There ain't a lot of stuff going on, but like the most recent one.
I got a couple of good stories, but I can already.
Okay, so the most recent one was it's gonna make me look a little bad, but it ain't like that. So there was this I had a classmate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she'd be like, I ain't in the class. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, and then I see her that I'm there. I talked to her one time, or Tuki's her friend. And she was like, yeah, my friend, like, she blah, blah, blah. Like, add her on Snap, talk to her. I was like, all right, cool. I add her on Snap, blah, blah, blah. Started for a little bit, stopped talking to her. And I started talking to her friend, who's her roommate. And then, like,
oh, yes.
And then, like, I started talking to her, and then, like, so I, like, things escalated. Blah, blah, blah. I started, like, messing with her. And then this bitch was crazy as fuck. And so I was like, all right, bet. I'm like, I don't got time for this. Like, I like stopped talking to her. And then this chick made up a story and said, like, oh, the reason why he stopped talking to me because he's jealous. So she said the reason I stopped talking to her was because I was jealous of her because I saw her with some other guy at the bar. And I was like, no, I mean, I did see you with that guy, but like that gave me a good reason to finally cut you off. Like so that I had like a real reason because I was about to ghost her, and I was like, let me be a little like savage. So I was like, let me slowly ghost her. And then I seen her, I was like, yes, like perfect. Like so she got another man, so I can get up out of here. And so I ghosted her after that. And then I went back to the other friend that I knew before her, and I started messing with her. And then one thing led to another, and that's how like I hooked up with the other friend. And then this crazy ass girl blocked me. She blocked me on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, everything, bro. And just made up all these stories. Like, so one of our other roommates like hooked up her cousin. And that cousin was like, yeah, Wande was jealous of her and this other guy. And so she blocked him and started talking to them. And I was like, bro, that's not the story. That's not what happened. Like she turned the words against me. She's trying to make me look like a bad guy. And then so that's basically what happened. Like these girls, they be plotting, they be making up stories and stuff against you. So
hey, you know what that is? That's her trying to protect her ego.
Yeah.
Crazy.
She said, you know what? He jealous. It's not me. He's jealous.
Yeah, like, bro, what? And then she's trying to text me the next day. I'm about, are you gonna come pick me up? Like, I ain't gonna do up. You ain't coming over to nowhere. That's raps. This is crazy. They crazy. All of them crazy. You gotta pick the least crazy one.
I'm weak. What about you, Chiedu?
All right. Other than the girl that told me talking about what are we a weekend, that was the most recent crazy thing, but I got another good one. So I was talking to this other girl about 2 months ago, and matched her on Tinder. You know what I'm saying? Spent some game, whatever. We went over to her crib, we chilled, whatever. And then probably, let's see, it was probably about 2 weeks in, she started talking about, what are you looking for? So I already kind of knew. I was like, all right. I know where this is going. What are you looking for? You know what I'm saying? I get hear that question. It's always around the 2 to 3 week range because I guess Corona got these girls lonely or something. So they don't want to waste no time. They're like, man, I'm lonely now. I don't want to waste no time. So it's probably like 2 weeks in. She's like, what are you looking for? Blah, blah. I was like, oh, I'm not really looking for anything. I'm just, wherever it goes, it goes. You know what I'm saying? If it's the right person, it could be a relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just whatever, kind of chilling. She was like, oh, okay, that's cool. So I was like, all right, we're good. She said it's cool. I'm cool. Couple of days go by. I hit her up, trying to hang, go over to her crib. And this girl says, I don't want to have sex anymore. And she's like, I'm not having sex at all with anyone anymore. I was like, wait, what? Like, is this some like on some Jesus? Like,
and she's becoming celibate, yeah.
I was like, yeah, are you just being celibate till marriage or something? She's like, no, I just don't want to have sex anymore, period. I was like, all right, it's bullshit for show, because past 2 weeks, what was different? What changed in the last couple of days? So I was like, let me get to the bottom of this. So I was like, you just not having sex at all, or just you don't want to have sex with people you're not in a relationship with? And she's like, yeah. I just don't want to have casual sex anymore. I was like, now we getting somewhere. So I was like, all right, let me dig a little deeper. So I was like, okay, so what you're saying is, you just want me to come over here and we just gonna be hanging like we're friends or something. And she was like, yeah, I mean, we can stay friends. I was like, oh, okay, we can stay friends. So I was like, you know what? That's cool. We can be friends, sure, whatever. So I ended up leaving. A couple more days go by. She hits me up talking about, so we just not gonna hang anymore? And I was like, what are you hanging out for? She's like, so we're just not gonna hang anymore. And this was like right before Thanksgiving, right? And I was like, no, I'm actually going out of town, because I was planning on going out of town for Thanksgiving in California. She was like, all right, I'm going out of town for a couple weeks, maybe when we get back. I was like, no, I ain't trying to do none of that. She was like, oh, well, I'm just really not, she started hitting me with all these excuses to my own. I'm just really not wanting to do anything. I was like, hey, it's cool if you don't have sex. That's your decision. You feel?
Yeah.
I was like, it don't hurt me. I ain't gonna hurt my feelings, but she's like, yeah, I just don't want to do that right now. I was like, hey, that's cool. But I was like, you know what? Friends, I ain't really with the whole friends. Like, what we gonna do? What me and you have in common? Because I'll be honest with you,
Video games.
she had no hobbies, nothing. She sits at home, watch Netflix, sit on Twitter, sit on Instagram, and that was basically it. And then she studies sometimes, but I was like, what are we gonna talk about? How are we gonna be friends? I got something in common with all my friends. I'm not just gonna be friends.
Yeah, that's true.
If I ain't got nothing in common, we ain't got nothing to talk about. Ain't got no hobbies. You don't do nothing. You ain't got a job. I was like, what are we gonna talk about? We just gonna come over and watch. I'm gonna watch Netflix. We gonna talk about Netflix movies all day. No. So I was like, yeah, that ain't it.
Brought out the logic. And she wasn't ready.
I don't know, man. It's something wrong with some of these girls out here. That's what I realized. They just they want to move too fast. It's like, slow down, relax. You know what I'm saying? Relax. But it is what it is. But yeah, I'd say that's the crazy story for me.
For me, I got a lot of crazy stories because of college, and I don't got time to sift through my brain. But I do got one that I reminded y'all about last night that I'm gonna say just because it's real quick. So it was this girl that I was interested in at ASU, and she worked with one of my homies, like one of my good friends, and my friend, because I told her about the girl, like I used to be interested in her, but I wasn't interested in her anymore. Like, I think she had a boyfriend. No, she didn't have a boyfriend at the time. That dude broke up with her, I think. But my friend told her, or like asked her about like me. He was like, I guess my name came up somehow. I don't know. People be talking about me for some reason at the time, and I don't even know how my name be coming up. But the girl was like, oh, like were y'all talking or something like that, or like were y'all about to talk? And then she was like, no. And he's like, where you get that from? I was like, oh, like I thought he was like interested in you or something like that. And he's like, did he tell you that we talked? And she was like, no, he didn't say that. But like I wasn't sure like if y'all like went out or like y'all was about to go out or something like that. Or like, he just told me he was trying to get at you. I only know that because she told me after this happened, like after the girl hits me up, texts me out the cut. Mind you, I haven't texted her in months. Like, to me, this girl don't even exist anymore, right? I saw her once because she invited me to this birthday function, and I just went because, I was like, I ain't got nothing better to do. I'll show up, say what's up, and be out of it. I was there for like an hour, right? So she texts me and she's like, why you telling people that we talk? I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, no, don't play dumb with me. You up there telling people that we talk and that we was about to date and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I did nothing of the sort. Like, why are you wasting your time texting me right now? And she was like, nah, like, you gonna hear this, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. She kept texting me and I was like, what you not about to do is assassinate my character and now he'd be talking reckless about me. So I texted her that, and then she kept texting me, and I was like, you know what? I don't even have time to waste on you anymore. So like, just have a blessed day. I said something along the lines of that, and I just blocked her. And I was like, what was the purpose of you texting me? Like, what was that going to solve? Even if I was out there lying in the streets on your name, like, I ain't say, like, she didn't even say that, oh, he said that y'all had sex and none of that. He just said that she just thought, keyword thought, that she said that we were talking and then felt the urge to text me. But then afterwards, when I told my other homies the story, everyone kept telling me that she done lost her mind. Like, she has several screws loose and that she supports Trump. So at the end,
that's what did it.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I just chalk it up as God was looking out for me. He was looking out for me.
Absolutely. Stay away from them crazy ones. There's a lot of them out there. You feel me?
There's a lot of them out there. All of them. Damn near.
All right. This is a quick one before we get into this game and then like wrap this up.
All right.
So just real quick, if y'all have any that come to mind. Was there ever been a girl that you really wanted, but for whatever reason you couldn't get her?
Absolutely. I ain't gonna cap.
Okay, yeah. One. Recently, y'all done one.
Absolutely. You go out to the bar, you see a bad girl, she's bad as hell. You like, oh man, I'm trying to get her number. I'm trying to talk to her, see what she got going on. You go to talk to her, she not really feeling it. Absolutely. There's been a couple of those. Tinder too. I've been matched with girls on Tinder, right?
Oh my God.
You talk to them for like a couple of days, whatever. You get their snap, get their number, and then after you get their snap, it's like
nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Just like, man, was this something I did? And it's just like it's a numbers game. It ain't nothing I did, but it happens. It happens absolutely.
Yeah, mine has been most recently. Actually, it wasn't like I wanted her. Like it was just like I just wanted to like hook up, and like that was just it. And like she had the wrong idea. Like she was like she kind of, I don't know what the fuck she thought it was, to be honest. Like I guess she thought it was like I was gonna be talking to her because like what's it called? Like I was just like talking to her and snapping her, and like I hung up with her maybe like once or twice, and I didn't even try to do anything with her. Like I was just like hanging out with her, and then like this blocked me, bro. She blocked me out of nowhere, and I was like,
I feel like I know that.
And I was like, bro, what?
I know.
And I was like, bro, did you block me? And she goes, I thought you blocked me. I was like, that's cap, bro. That's cap. And then what's it called? Home for Thanksgiving, and Amir and them saw her at the bars, and they're like, oh yeah, why'd you block our boy? And what happened? And she's like, it was just a vibe. Like we didn't vibe, and I was just like, bro, I was not trying to vibe. I was not even trying to get mine and leave. Like I was like, so like she just made it a bigger deal than it was. Even like I wanted her that bad, but that was like that's like one of the most like recent scenarios like that I could really think of, because like I don't even got Tinder or none of that stuff. So
I feel that.
I don't like know how like the probability of that even working to meet new people, but like I usually just like I'm like go out and just find somebody. So like I usually go out and like I just talk to people, and like that's how I do my thing. Like so yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna get you guys out of here with a game. Every episode, I play a game with the guests. So this one is called Real Talk or That's Cat. So I'm gonna give you a statement about dating in college, and you tell me if it's real talk or that's cat.
Ooh,
all right. So first one, you gotta play games if you want to have long-term dating success in college.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say real talk. If you're not, hey, listen, it's either play or get played out here. Everyone plays games on some level. Hold on. There's different levels, right? You don't have to be out here just, you know what I'm saying, playing PlayStation 5 games. You might be playing, mobile games on your phone, if you know what I'm saying. Everyone playing games though. Everybody plays games. I don't care who you are. On some level, everyone's playing games.
You said long term. I don't like long term. It's like, does that mean like when you're dating somebody?
I don't mean like you're dating somebody. I mean like, let's say like in me and Chidu's case, if you are single your whole time in college or a big bulk of time, in order to consistently, get with girls or consistently, having a situation where, you're talking to different girls, meeting different girls, going on dates, hooking up, whatever you want to call the case or the situation, like long-term success of, interacting with girls, getting their attention, getting their attraction, whatever.
I wouldn't necessarily say playing games, like for instance, like I like, okay, I guess, okay, if you're talking to them through Tinder, you probably could like y'all's example would be more realistic, Tinder and stuff like that, like dating apps. But if you like for instance, my situation, I don't use stuff like that, so like I usually just go out and like find somebody to talk to, like like bring them back type shit, like you know what I'm saying, like that's my thing. But like I don't really like, I don't consider that playing games when I meet somebody like for the first time and they come home with me. Like I'm just like I'm just talking to them, like I'm just like you said, like that's what I do. Like I just go and talk to people And like you know, like I obviously talk my shit. Like I'm not gonna be out here like just like you know what I'm saying. Like I'm gonna talk my shit. I'm gonna like you know what I'm saying. So I don't think that's playing games necessarily. I think that's just like being able to like just pulling like somebody like that. Like you don't really have to play games with them. Like when you meet them, you just like all right, like you just like let them know what it is, like type shit. So like I don't know.
I feel that, but at the same time, whether you're a girl or a guy, if there's cap in your finesse, like if you're lying at any point in your finessing situation,
And yeah, so
that's
people,
games.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
games.
It might not be at the beginning, but then later on, there's always some. You gotta play.
Yeah, later on when you like actually talk to the person, you might cap a little bit. You might play some games, but like right, because usually like it's rare for me to talk to somebody like multiple times after like you know like
yeah,
like just like there ain't nothing to talk about really like after that, except you just like they're just some cool ass person. You're like, oh, let's hang out. Like other than that, like yeah, I feel like capping or like I don't really like say much to these girls. I was like, what are you doing? Like, what are you up to? Like, I keep it like short, so like
makes sense.
so you ain't gotta like lie and then like it come back and bite you in the ass.
True.
Say some shit and then or like say something that like don't add up and like she's like, oh, remember when you told me that? Then gotta lie, say another lie, and then cover it up. So like I don't know, like playing games. I would guess like playing games. Girls would consider playing games like if you're talking to multiple girls at the same time. You like they'd be like, oh, you're playing games with me, like you know, like that's kind of what I consider playing games. I guess like I be playing games, I guess if that's what they want to call it, but they games too. They have all these motherfuckers in their phones. So
Makes
all right,
sense.
play too.
All right, next one. Guys rather be Mr. Right now than find Mrs. Right.
Mr. Right now for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Mr. Right now because Mr. Right, I don't even know if that shit exists, to be honest. You could have, you know what I'm saying? Like
There's
Mr.
so many females in the world.
There's so many girls, and not every girl gonna fuck with you, but you might have a whole lot of girls that do fuck with you. So I'm gonna choose Mr. Right now.
True.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
Right
all right.
That's real talk. That's real talk.
All right. You have to have real game to finesse a girl during the day opposed to at night. So like example, picking up a girl at a coffee shop or at Starbucks opposed to picking up a girl at a bar or house party.
That's real talk. Absolutely.
That's talk. But picking up a girl, like her coming back with you, like getting her number, or like
getting her number, like obviously like it's rare that you're gonna meet a girl at 2 p.m. and then she's just gonna come back to your house. It's just like kind of
weird. That is very, very rare.
Like getting her number during the day, like you see her walking to class and you stop her, whatever. Yeah, that's
you gotta play some game.
It takes more game than at night, because at night, if you're going out at night, usually there's alcohol involved, loud music. People are going out to meet people. But if you just during the day, you don't really go out, you're just doing your thing during the day. Like you're not going out expecting, you know, saying to be approached by some dude or to go up and talk to a girl just randomly. So I say it definitely takes more game during the day.
Yeah, it takes game, and also like it takes like you know like also if you got the sauce, like if you look good, like and she's like yeah he looks good at least, like I'll get my numbers and shit like that. You know, like the way you represent yourself, I feel like that matters too. Like yeah,
makes sense. All right, next one. Girls know what they want. Guys just fall short sometimes.
What?
Girls don't know what they want.
That's cap. What? Hold on. What? Guys fall short? Hell no. Bro.
These girls don't know what they want.
Cap, they never know what they want. They say they want a relationship, and then they got 60 on their phone. No. How you gonna want a relationship with 60? You can't focus on one person and build something meaningful if you got 60 on your phone. I don't give a fuck who you are. You cannot build something real. If you have 6 if you got even 5 phones, it's gonna be real hard. I'm gonna be honest. It's gonna be real hard if you try to get in a relationship talking to even 5.
Man,
that's 20% to each. How you gonna focus on one of them? It ain't no. Guys do not fall short.
This man really threw math out there. 20% to each guy.
Yeah, go ahead, Wande. Go ahead.
I don't think a lot of girls know some girls know what they want. Some girls really do want a relationship, but they end up being in a relationship and sometimes they hate it. Like for instance, like this, there's just a lot of girls that like think they know what they want, and then like
But
they're
they
like
really don't. They be saying they want a relationship, but they really don't. They just
they
think
really
they
don't.
want
All right.
They don't want a relationship until they meet the guy and then realize this dude is like somebody sent from hell. And you're like, well, I don't want this dude no more. Like this dude crazy. So like, yeah, like I got a friend like it's always like all these girls, but like they were like, God, he's so crazy. Like he's too aggressive. And then I'm like, I wanted to date him. What you mean? Like now y'all got him. Now you don't want to talk to him no more. Like,
All
yeah,
right.
I think people think they know what they want till they get what they think they want, and then they're like, "This ain't what I want no more." Like, like they come to the realization it's like, "Nah, it's not what I want anymore." So yeah.
All right. Last two. If there's an opportunity for a girl to chase an athlete or date a regular student, a girl is going to pick the athlete.
Yeah, I had a choice. I picked the athlete too. Shit.
I'm gonna say real talk, just because it does.
Lie again.
I'm capping. Yeah. She gonna be. I'm gonna say 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Some girls won't go for athletes just because they know athletes.
They know it's only short term.
Yeah.
24/7. So I'm gonna say 9 times out of 10. You take two similar. One's an athlete. She picking the athlete every time. You know.
Yeah. It just never fails. Never fails.
Yeah, usually they want that clout, so they like
everyone's chasing clout in 2020.
That clout hit different.
Or unless, it's usually the clout. So unless you like look better than him or like taller, but shit, that ain't stopped them. So,
those Instagram followers.
Yeah.
All right. Last one. If a guy only has a girl on Snap, he's not trying to cuff.
No.
You only got her on Snap, but no phone number.
That's real talk, because that's what I do. I don't be adding girls on nothing. I just want your Snap. I'll text you on there, and that's it. I don't want your number. I don't want your Instagram. I don't want nothing else. You're just gonna stay that way. I don't want to cuff you. If I'm keeping you, I think Snap deletes messages unless you have to go in and change your settings to where it's
24 hours.
It's not like a text message where it's there forever. You feel me?
Yeah, true.
Phone number. That's way more. I feel like that's way more personal than a Snapchat.
It is though.
People give out their Snapchat like candy, but they don't be giving out. You know what I'm saying? So I say,
they're like, you want my Snap? Here you go.
It's like, oh, you know what? Take my Snapchat. Take my Instagram. You know what I'm saying? You ask your girlfriend number, she's like, oh, you can follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on Snapchat though. Why? Because they know they don't want this shit to go nowhere. You feel me?
Yeah, I feel that. Plus, yeah, I usually get people on Snapchat just because like
it's easier.
Ain't gonna have no receipts to try to get me.
Exactly.
And then I'm gonna know when they screenshot it because like
I don't blame you. I be thinking the same way about that part.
If I give a girl my number, most of the time I ain't gonna save theirs because like I don't plan on talking to them a lot on the phone. Like I don't plan on texting them except FaceTime me or something like that.
That makes sense.
And I'm like talking to them that much on the phone or anything.
All right, cool. Well, that was fun. You guys were hilarious, like I expected. That is all we have this week on the Jack of All Trades pod. Make sure you check out the next episode on Anchor, Spotify, wherever you hear your podcast. Also, my book, Jack of All Trades, is on Amazon. You need to get this joint. They both, already got their ebooks.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need to get that joint. And also check out my sports pod. Let's talk about sports. That info is gonna be in the bio as usual. I'll have Chiedu and Wande's, Snap IG. If they want to put that, get that to me. I'll put that in the bio. If y'all want to follow them, holler at them.
Yeah.
LA out.
All right, y'all. Peace out.